Yeah, hi. So in this video, I will be explaining a common error we can see when we call remote action from integration procedure. See, to explain, I have one integration procedure. From this integration procedure, I'm calling remote action. So this is the remote action name, some method, and this is my Apex class. So in earlier releases, this Apex class should implement a velocity open interface, but in the latest releases, it should implement callable. So this is having one method call. This is the signature of that method. So here, so I'm having two classes here. One is custom class and another class. These are two custom Apex classes I have created. If see here, this is the custom class. Custom class is having three parameters: first name, last name, and this property is type of another class. So this property class data type is another class. I created one more class, another class. This class is having only age and address. Yeah. So from this remote class I need to initialize those Apex classes and return those objects. So for that I initialized this another class object, and age address I have given some random values, and this is custom class. I initialized this custom class, and I have initialized this properties with some data: first name, last name, and data. This is type of another object, right? So this data I have given object, and this same object I'm returning to the integration procedure. Out.put data and object. This is the custom object. This custom object is having another property of type another class. That's the reason first I have initialized another class, and that object I have assigned to here data. So and I'm returning output. I'm returning data, and the value is this object. Now if we execute this integration procedure now, execute. See here, you will get this type cannot be serialized. So basically what is happening here is, so I'm serializing this custom Apex classes to string format. So at that time it is not able to serialize properly. So in order to fix that, how we can fix that is, so we have to use, you have to serialize in this way. First you have to serialize this object into string format by using a serialize method. So once this will give now string representation of this object. Now we want to convert that string to generic map of string comma object format. So again you have to use JSON dot deserialize untyped. For this deserialize untyped, you need to pass string, previously serialized string. So this is the trick here. First you have to serialize, and again you have to deserialize untyped. Now execute. I saved this class. Now execute. See here, now there is no such error. Now it's executed. Our remote action returns this data. Now key, what is the key I have specified? This is the key I have specified. So under data. So data is nothing but, so this custom class is having another property of type another class, right? So this is the data came here. Data, address, age, and first name, last name. Yeah. So let us assume, how can we catch this kind of errors? So let's keep original exception caused code. If we keep this line, again it will give same error, issues in while serializing data. Now we have this try catch block, right? Let's see whether this try catch block will able to catch this serialization kind of issues. So this is try catch block. So remote action, I'm placing remote action inside try catch block. So you have to check this checkbox fail and block error. And for this remote action, you should check this fail and step error. So whenever exception happens, now I want to return some meaningful message. Failure response. Error in serializing data from Apex class. Apex. So if try catch block should be, if it is catching these kind of errors, instead of showing that exception, now it should return this response and set values one should be executed. Now go to preview execute. See here type cannot be serialized. That means try catch block is not able to handle this issue, serialization issues. So you cannot use a try catch block to gracefully display error messages whenever remote action returning some Apex class output. So this try catch block also not able to catch these errors. Let's put normal code, our normal code. Again execute. See here, now there is no errors. Set values one also executed. Remote action one also executed. So the default behavior is whenever some action fails, remaining actions will not execute. So whenever you specify fail and step error, that means this action fails, then complete integration procedure invocation will be terminated. So let's see, put some divide by zero exception. Let's see whether our try catch should be able to handle this kind of errors or not. Integer I equal to 10 divided by 0. Basically, you cannot divide anything by 0, right? It will give divide by 0 exception. But let's see, our try catch block should be able to handle this kind of exceptions. Now everything is same. Fail and block error. This remote action, fail and step error. Now whenever our remote action fails, now instead of giving this response, you cannot divide by 0. Now preview, execute. See here, instead of divide by 0, now our try catch block is handle that exception. So you cannot divide it by 0 and success false. This success representing our integration procedure failed. And also set values 1 will not execute here because our try catch block is returning response. If I go here execution sequence, see try catch block 2 executed remote action 1. Because remote action also will act as a response action. So whenever whatever actions you place inside try catch block, if those action fails, then this try catch block immediately return this meaningful error message and the remaining actions will not execute. Yeah. So I hope you got something valuable information from this video. So in general, from remote action, if your Apex class returning some custom some custom data, so you need to use you need to serialize it properly. So you have to use this syntax. First to serialize, and after that you have to deserialize untyped. This deserialize untyped will convert it to generic map of string comma object format, so that the data will properly flown to your integration procedure. Yeah, thanks for watching.